So another feature is using the Format Painter. So if we click in here, this is formatted with Franklin Gothic size 11. It has a different color font. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use our Format Painter to change this so it is the same. Now, I don't know if you're aware or not, but when you hit your Format Painter button one time, you only can use it one time. But if I double click it, then I can click on anything and it's going to change it. I come down here and click on that. I can use it multiple times. Notice I still have my paintbrush here. I can choose things and just select. And as long as I double click it, I have that paintbrush and can use it multiple times until I turn off the Format Painter. So now that I played around, I'm going to go back and undo everything that I did there. So we're back to what it's supposed to look like. Oops, I'm going to redo because I went back too far. All right, so we changed that. The other thing here is it says insert a bullet. So we're going to select this. And then we're going to go to insert. And our symbols are over here. And this particular direction wants us to put in a solid bullet, which has the character code 183. So if I click on that solid bullet, it tells me that is 183. So we're going to click on insert and then close. And there we have the bullet in there and a little space after. Another feature that they show you in here is if you look at this paragraph, we've got a different colored font here. It is italicized. Here we have something underlined. Here we have something bolded. If I want to get rid of all that formatting at once, I just select all of the text, and I can go back to my home button, and I have this clear formatting button. So I clear all formatting. It will leave the text, but just clear all the formatting that's in there. And I click on it, and then that looks a little better. For the picture, we're going to put an alternate description in here, alternate text, so that if somebody is blind and they're using a reader, then it will tell them what it is. And this particular one is going to just be called Sample CCI Program, because this is talking about Corporate Community Involvement Program. So a CCI program. So the other thing, we're going to take this picture and we're going to change the brightness and contrast on it. And this one in particular, we're going to change to a -20 +40 contrast. I don't think that looks that great, but that's what we're doing. And then we're going to go to the next page, and at the right here in this space, we're going to insert some smart art. So when we click on insert, our smart art is located here, and when we get this dialog box, you can see there's all types of different smart arts that you can do. So these are just categories. These smart arts show relationships. These smart arts show a process. This shows a cycle that would, complete a circle or go round. So we're going to be selecting from the list. It's going to be a vertical curved list. And if we hover over them, it does show us what the name of it is. It's not showing me now, but this is the vertical curved list right here. So there it is. I don't know why it didn't pop up the first time, but there it is, a vertical curved list. So that's one we're going to select. We're going to select OK, and it puts it in here. And we're going to, when you put the smart art in, you can just click in it and type in the text that you want in there. And notice it's already formatted because of the style that we have on our document. And then partnerships is the last one we're going to put in here. Okay, so we're clicking on our design tab now. We're going to go and change the color so it might look a little bit nicer than what we have already. Maybe make it look a little bit more appealing. And we're going to check this colorful accent colors. And I think that looks it looks nice. We're also going to change the style to intense effect. So if we drop this down, we can go over these and look until we see there's a moderate effect, there's a subtle effect, and there's the intense effect. So we're going to click on intense effect, and that's how we just change the style of our Smart Art. I think whenever I look at this, I think it's a little large for my personal preference. So if you want to, you can resize it and bring it down a little bit. It still looks pretty, but I think it's not all blown up and making it look out of proportion to the rest of the document. So that would be my choice. So down here where we have program examples, we're going to go into our paragraph and tabs, and we're going to put a dot leader in here. If you look down below where it says selected statistics, there's a dot leader that goes from the text on the left to the right aligned text on the right. So we're going to set a tab stop at 5.25, and that's going to be a right aligned tab, and we're going to tell it we want it to be a dot leader. So we're going to click on this style dot leader to match the one that's down below in the document. So we're going to click on dot leader, and we're going to click on set and OK. And then since the tab was already in there, it just automatically tabbed it over and put the dot leader in there. And again, that's under your paragraph, and your tabs are down at the bottom. This is where you set it up. If you want to clear a tab, you would select it and click clear. And if you had several tabs, you want to clear them all, then you would select clear all. Okay, so we have a table that's already inserted here, and just again to just review, if you want to insert a table, you can do it from the grid and just select the number of rows and columns that you want, and it will insert it. Or you can actually go to Insert Table and tell it the number of rows and columns that you want. But we already have a table here, so I just wanted to review that. We need to add another row to the end of this table, so we're going to click here where we get this little plus sign. You notice you get one in between each of the rows. If you want to insert a row in between, you would just click the plus sign. And we're going to type in, this is called, this particular example is matching donors. And we're going to type on the other side, it's going to be donations. And if you notice, this table down below has a style applied to it, so we want to also put a style on this up above. So if I click down on this one, it shows me what the style is because it's already selected. So this is the one that we want to put in this table. So if we click in this table and we drop down, we're looking for the grid table 4 accent 2. So we're going to click on that, and now we have matching formats for our table styles. Okay, just a few more things on this document. One is we're going to put a page break in here, and there's a couple ways you can do that. You can hold down your Control and Enter key, and that will create a page break, or you can go under Layout and you can click under Breaks and do Page, and that will put a page break in there. So we're also going to be adding a top border to this paragraph. So if we go into our Home tab under our borders, we're going to come down to Borders and Shading. And we're coming in this because we want to make several changes at once. So the first thing is we want a double border at the top. We want to change the color so it matches our other color combination. So we're dark red accent 2. We're going to change the width of it to make it a little bit thicker and more visible. And if we look at our preview over here, it's showing it around the entire paragraph. We only want it at the top, so we're going to pull off the bottom and the sides and just have the top there, and we're going to click on OK and then put it above our paragraph. Looking at our logo here, it is flipped, so we need to fix that. It's not positioned well because it's cutting off our lettering there. So we're going to click on our logo and go up into our format for our picture tools, and we come over to rotate, and we drop down rotate, and we want to flip it horizontally. If we do vertical, it's going to be upside down. So we want to flip it horizontally And then the other thing that we want to do is we want to come into our layout and make sure it is square. Our text wrapping is square. And then we come out and then that looks much, much better. So the other thing we're going to do with this one is if we go back under our format, so we're going to change the color on this again to make it match and coordinate with the rest of our colors. So we want to do the dark red accent color 2. Oops, you know what? We didn't want to do that. We wanted to do this one down here. So it doesn't have a shaded in it. So that's the one we want. So that one looks better. The other thing we need to do is we want to make this shape look like this shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to go under our format, under our shape, and we're going to go under our, we want to change the shape style to moderate effect brown accent 4. Actually, it's got to be accent 2 because that looks the same. The other one didn't look the same. It's accent 2. All right, so there we have the colors the same. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to change the effects and we're going to put a shadow on it because we can see, or not a shadow reflection, we can see there's a reflection on it. And this is a touching reflection style. So if we click on that, now when we look at those, they look the same, right? Same style. Right. And I think that is it, except if we want to change the position of this and we want to change the have this line up at the right margin, but 5.2, whoops, sorry, 5.5 and to the right of the column, and then we're going to click on OK. That pops it over there, makes it look a little bit more centered. And that, I believe, is the end and everything that is in Module 3.